of Electronics and IT. So I'm working in the NCCC project. Many of you might have heard of it. So it's a National Cyber Coordination Center. So it's basically a SOC kind of a setup for all of the country. So Security Operations Center is basically in an organization having a lot of hardware, a lot of systems, IT networks. So basically to manage the security point of view, we have a Security Operations Center set up within an organization that is most probably a 24/7 kind of a setup where all the security related things are carried out. So in this uh, 1 hour of session, I'll be covering about the introduction to SOC, then the purpose why we need a SOC, then there are types of SOC, then building blocks of a SOC, so people, process, technology. So I'll be covering on that. Then in the last, I'll be covering national and state SOC. So basically, a security operations center is a centralized unit that deals with the security issues at an organization level. Okay, so suppose there is a large company, so they have thousands of machines, thousands of desktops, users that are working on it. They have their own firewalls, they have their own gateway routers, then they'll have their antivirus servers, then they have security devices like intrusion prevention system, then they have intrusion detection system. So there are a whole lot of devices and security devices in an organization. So we need a centralized point to deal with all these devices so that effective security is managed. So SOC is basically a setup. So this is how a SOC looks like. So we have all the screens, all the devices that are being monitored, that are displayed. There are analysts working round the clock, 24/7. So basically looking for any, security incident that has occurred. So SOC consolidates under one organization the functions of the complete incident lifecycle. Suppose there is a breach. So there is a security breach in an organization. So the data has been breached or data is leaked. So that is kind of an incident. So complete incident life cycle, right from incident monitoring, detection, responding, coordination, and management. And management of the organization security products like IDS, IPS, firewalls. So all of these management of these security devices. And there are network devices, there are network gateways, routers, then end user devices and systems. So at the end, the user is using his desktop. He might be using his mobile phone also. Maybe some, application for the organization that is configured in this mobile phone is using. Then computer network defense tools. So their operations, maintenance, engineering, all of it is part of a SOC. So SOC is also called the Security Defense Center, Security Analytics Centers, Network Security Operations Center. So, Naresh ji, could you mute your mic? Naresh ji? Okay. So Security Intelligence Center, so Threat Defense Center, Infrastructure Protection Center, Security Intelligence and Operation Center. So basically, these are the nomenclature for the SOC. Okay. So this is how a SOC look like. So we have analysts working in a SOC. So we have shifts. Yeah. So I was talking about the devices that are integrated into a SOC. So we have, web servers, mail servers, firewalls, IDS, antivirus, VPN, access control, user activity, any policy that has to be pushed. So yes, and user activity, OS logs. So all these devices, so they are, there in an organization. So they generate a lot of logs and metadata. So these data that is captured by a SOC, analyzed for any security incident, and these devices are monitored uh, around the clock so that any intrusion or any breach should not occur. So basically, all these devices they generate logs, and these are processed in there's a heart of this SOC tool known as a SIM, security information and event management. So this tool I'll be covering in detail in this slides later on. So basically all these devices logs that is concentrated into a SIM. So SIM then applies some rules and logics and detects, okay, there's a security incident happening. So basically all these devices they come under a SOC, and SOC generates then alerts and various types of reports and advisories. So these are the devices that are part of a SOC. Then we come on to the purpose. So why do we actually need a SOC? So the first and the foremost is the increasing of detection abilities. So we need to basically detect a security incident, that has happened. Now, according to FireEye report, M Trends, so this report is of very high value, like a Forrester or a Gartner research. So this report for the year 2020 has said that the median dwell time of detecting a security breach is 56 days. So this means that on an average, 56 days are taken to detect, okay, security breach has happened. Okay, this is the trend.
బ్రేక్
This
ఇచ్చినప్పుడు
is
ఇక్కడ
the
పాజ్
trend for 2020.
మళ్ళీ బ్రేక్ అయిపోయినాక ఇది ఇదే
Naresh ji, could you mute your mic?
స్టాప్ అన్నారంటే నాకు అర్థమైంది.
The mic is not muted. Can you please mute?
నేను వస్తానేమో ఎందుకంటే
కాదు
సార్
Just a second. Naresh ji, are you able to hear me? Yeah. Now he's muted. So this median dwell time of 56 days, that is for 2020. So that means that average attacker is going undetected on a network for under 2 months. Okay, so this year report has predicted this. Now this is also, you must be thinking that 56 days, if the attacker is inside a network, he must have done so many things. Now I like to highlight this, that in 2011 this dwell time was 416 days. So a security breach was undetected for 416 days, and this is average. So it might take more, it might take less. Last year it was 78 days, now it is 56. So it is an improvement, but still it is taking about 2 months time to detect. Okay, and then we will responding to it and removing it and analyzing what has happened. So first purpose for the SOC is increasing the detection capabilities, so that if all the devices are in a centralized unit, we have a better coordination, so we can detect it early. Next, we want the responding capability. So as soon as we have detected it, we will respond to it. So we might want to clean that system. We want to remove that system from the network. So there's basically a standard operating procedure for most of the types of attacks. So if something has occurred, then what needs to be done, that has already been given in an SOP that is approved by the highest level of the decision-making authority of an organization. Okay, then the third point will be the reduced service disruption from security issues. Now you must have listened that, must have heard that this application was down for so many hours. So these applications might be down due to regular maintenance also, but due to cyber attacks also. So you must have heard about the DDoS attacks happening on Indian banking websites, Indian stock exchanges. So that occur very less. We have a very strong security setup, but still they occur, and we suffer from them. So if a DDoS or something attack occurs and we have a downtime, so SOC's responsibility is to get the application up in least amount of time, so that the loss is minimum. Then we have a reduced impact from security compromise. Now this Ponemon Institute and IBM, so they published a report. So they said the cost of a data breach in 2020 is $3.86 million. Now this is huge. Now organization world over, they are suffering from cyber attacks. You must have heard about the vaccines, pharma companies getting attacked by cyber hackers. So, all of the research and all of the, $1 billion thing of a vaccine information that is, getting compromised. So each and every type of organization today needs to, up their security forte so that they are safeguarded, so that their interests are, saved, their research, their all the, uh, data is, protected. So if a breach occurs, then the estimated cost is $3.86 million. So we will, SOC's main responsibility is to reduce these, cyber incidents so that they do not occur at the first place. Then we have a point of enhanced correlation potential. Now in this, we have all of the security devices generating logs. Now there are a lot of, cybersecurity incident, like some, IP is trying to get into a network gateway. So we are detecting a IP in a firewall. Now the same IP that was, being used to host some command and control server, and we had detected on some other device. Now these two different security incidents occurring at two security devices. Now we need to correlate them. Okay, so this correlation can only be possible if we have a centralized unit. Now, if one person is managing, suppose IPS, and one person is managing firewall, and they are not related in any way, so no correlation can occur. Okay, so we need a centralized, place. SOC is the name given to that central place. So it correlates all of the security devices data and generates security alerts.